Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis starting on the 1 hour chart here to see what happened late night. Of course, we saw a massive drop toward the downside, of course, due to the executive order for the BTC US Reserve that was signed by Donald Trump. And of course, because I mentioned, of course, already on this channel, never trust a politician, especially, of course, lately coming from the president of the US, because you cannot really trust it. And if you think that he signed something that it was promised, this is not exactly what it was promised, and that's why we are looking for this red. And anyway, it was already reading yesterday with our triangle, which I was looking for, of course, for this wave. And it was very, very obvious that there is no bullish inset here. If there is something was really bullish, you would see, of course, something very, very bullish. This was already analyzed. There is no leading diagonal. Your wave 5 is longer than your wave 3. And of course, there is no impulse and no double 1-2s, meaning there is nothing impulsive here. And we are, of course, inside, of course, a triangle or simply continuation to the downside as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah. Unless, of course, in bullish, you still would like to reach maximum the 1 to 1 fib level of is this flat somehow in a wave C, and then continuation again towards the downside because there is no impulsive structure. We see just 3 waves up and 3 waves down. Now, of course, why the things even got worse than yesterday? Because I want to show you something like during the sign of this executive order. I mean, at least at the end, except beside what it has as agreement here or as an order, at the end of the conversation was a guy in front of the president telling him what he's signing for. Obviously, that he has no clue what he is signing for, and the idea here is the last question that he asked for it. Okay, so he asking the guy if it is something that he believes in it. I mean, who cares if the guy believes in it or not? We care what do you think about it? And obviously he's telling us that he has no idea what he's doing, guys. And so he's asking the guy if he believes in that, so he signed it. So the psychology behind it, like he's signing it and he doesn't know what he do, and even he's saying, I don't like it. Yeah, so Donald Trump is very easy character to read if he's happy about something or not. If he's happy, he would say it very loudly and very clearly, or he will just simply say nothing, or the worst. We all know. But the thing here, of course, he cannot disappoint all the people who voted for him, especially the crypto fans, and that's why, of course, he said nothing. Yeah, he just said something you believe in it, okay? But what about you? Yeah, and the second thing, the executive order has only authorized to acquire more Bitcoin for the U.S. Reserve, but it doesn't mean that they bought Bitcoin. Yeah, so and I believe they sold. Yeah, so this is the thing about what happened yesterday. Yeah, and that's why the market start, of course, to realize that this is a mistake and you cannot trust those politicians. So that was a short fundamental as well for what's happened yesterday. It is we never do so much fundamentals on this channel. We are more technically in Elliott wave, but fundamentally, I would like just to reflect how the psychology can be already shown in Elliott wave as well. There is no bullish signal here. There is no impulses, and that means whatever it happens as a news, it is impossible to be very, very bullish unless you get a wave C. This is your maximum, and then of course it's gonna readjust and move to the downside. This is as per Elliott wave, and that's why I focus much more on this channel on Elliott wave on technical stuff, which it shows already every single news before it happens. Yeah, before it happens, we know that nothing is gonna be very bullish, and yeah, so these are the insights. Now let's go back to the daily to see what do we have for today. So on the daily chart here, we have, of course, still our bearish scenario, domination, as we said before. We're still in a very short bear market. I would like to remind you guys with this scenario, where we have, of course, that we have finished A, B, C toward the downside, finishing a wave A, and we're looking right now for a wave B. Now, your wave B can be a kind of like a zigzag or a flat, since we have three waves already, meaning you would like to continue a three waves correction and then moving towards the downside for a wave C, continuing the close of the CME gap and of course reaching the 65K, which is the invalidation of your bullish scenario, in case you're still looking for one more wave toward the upside, which is a very low possibility right now. In case you still have 1 2 here, you know, in our bullish scenario, 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then 3, and then 4 5, and then the final 4 5 that you would like to get here, knowing that the time for this wave 2 here has overpassed the triple times minimum, and currently I think we're passing even the 4 times, and there is still no signal for bullish, meaning of course it's a very far possibility. All what we can say right now is we are of course sideways for Bitcoin. We might be very sideways as well before continuation towards the downside. It can be, of course, or we can simply dump towards the downside and start to range for a while here. So this is also a very high possibility that we can range for a while in this area, especially that we have a very strong support here, and then we start to move towards the upside soon or later for a new bull run. But I believe, of course, that somewhere a range is gonna take place. It can be, of course, in the middle here between the A, B, and a C, or it can be directly after finishing this wave C. It can range for a while here and then start, of course, to seek for a strength signal and moving toward the upside. And regarding, of course, the channeling, as you know, we have already broke the base channel again inside it, and we are still ranging in the lower part here. Now we are using this midline. As you can see, Bitcoin is ranging on that midline as a support. So basically it's an important support here. What do we have? If we break it, therefore, of course, you have to make sure that we're moving towards the downside again, to the midline, of course, at least, and then ranging, and then again one more drop, and then one more drop, and then ranging so much, of course, in this area before a move towards the upside for the new bull run. What I mean with the new bull run is, of course, this scenario where we have finished, of course, our cycles bull run. We have finished here 3 4 5, finishing, of course, with a wave 1, and you finished the wave 2, and you're looking now at your wave 1 2 3 4 5, of course, for your wave 3, meaning after 1 2 and then 3 4 and a 5, we are currently in a wave 3, and this is the wave 1 of your wave 3, of course, and we're still looking for a wave 3 of 3. So after, of course, we still need, of course, to finish this wave 2. We're not done yet. We still have a long way until we move toward the upside. But I mean, we have to watch, of course, these targets. Now, why 0.23? Because, of course, as I always mention on this channel, and as the experience that we show on this channel for Bitcoin when it is in a wave 3/3, for example, when we were in this cycle here, we saw a wave 3/3 with a 1 2. The wave 2 hit only the 0.23. The same happened here in your wave 3/3. The same here, and also some in other places that, of course, I had experience with it as trading before the channel here. So the things are very clear for us here. Potentially, of course, 0.23 is a potential of reversal, so we have to watch it. I'm not saying that it's gonna do this, the market never repeat itself, right? But it is a potential that we have to watch it, and we have to be careful with it once we reach ABC here. Now, what is the alternative scenario? It can be, of course, a move toward the upside, but 3 corrective wave. Yeah, so I'm very sure that we're gonna finish somewhere here and start to rebound toward the upside. Now, it can be, of course, 3 corrective wave, or it can be an impulse toward the upside. But I believe that this 0.2368K is an opportunity anyway in both case scenario for higher prices, meaning A, B, and a C toward the downside later on in case we get like 3 waves toward the upside, and reaching the minimum requirement for a 0.3351K. Of course, this is very strong target for a wave 2, and that because of course of the strong support here. Now, if we break this is gonna be problematic. Of course, this is gonna be very problematic. It's gonna be a very deep market, bearish market, of course, and looking for lower. And of course, therefore, we have to expect a very long bearish market because this will transform into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So it's gonna take a longer time, yeah, almost as your whole bull run here from the beginning, yeah, and then start to look for higher, but hopefully not, because this we're talking about 20Ks here again for Bitcoin, which hopefully not. So we're gonna go with it step by step, but for me, I would like to start watching the bull run from the 0.23. This is the idea about Bitcoin. For today, what do we expect? Of course, on the 1 hour chart. Of course, on the 1 hour chart, we are expecting the same scenarios that we closed our day with it yesterday. But of course, additionally, that we have closed a wave D. We are getting closer to the triangle shape here as A, B, C, D, and a E. Potentially, if we finish a wave E today, we might, of course, start to move toward the downside. Unless, of course, we are very bullish and the market becomes a little bit much more excited for the BTC reserve story, and then we see a little bit higher prices here for a zigzag kind of like this, or even an impulse potentially to finish this A, B, and a C, which is a zigzag actually. It's gonna be ended in WXY in this case scenario, because of course if you get an impulse here, therefore A, B, and a C, meaning 3 waves up, after of course 3 waves up, 3 waves down, meaning very simple WXY. And after 3 wave correction, of course, we're expecting continuation toward the downside, and that because you got your big 3 waves down, you're expecting, of course, a big impulse toward the downside, or a big structure like a zigzag as well for a big W, X, and a Y. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.